Hey guys, welcome back to The Difference. The war on Elon Musk continues as Mark Warner is now demanding that Congress safeguard national security information from Elon Musk's DOGE. Check out what he says here.
Okay, so I'm going to thank you, Mr. Chairman. I call it my first degree amendment, Warner Amendment 7, as modified by my second degree amendment, Warner 15, which establishes a deficit neutral reserve fund to protect sensitive and classified information from DOGE. This ought to be, I think, an easy one. I can tell you as chairman and vice chairman of the Intel Committee, the federal government's got to do all we can to safeguard national security information, obviously at the same time protect privacy. During the past few weeks, President Trump and his cabinet have given the DOGE operatives access to some of our nation's most sensitive information, including the ability to read and perhaps manipulate data on the 1.3 billion payments that Treasury makes each year. This includes one DOGE operative who formerly worked for a Russian hacker group and was fired for leaking sensitive secrets to a competitor. Another of the DOGE guys declared himself, quote, a racist and said he would not mind if, quote, Gaza and Israel were both wiped off the face of the earth. Now, I don't think somebody that would give up information to a competitor or somebody that says Israel and Gaza ought to be wiped off the face of the earth. Is that the kind of young person we want to be giving access to our banking information, our social security information? Now, I don't think the vast majority of us, I wouldn't trust these kids looking at my checkbook, let alone looking at the overall payment systems of the United States of America. My fear is that this DOGE work is not going to stop with their legally dubious, and so far the courts have weighed in and said inappropriate. The truth is, Mr. Chairman, as you know, the president said last week it's time to send Musk to check out the Pentagon. Aside from the obvious conflict of interest, given the fact that Mr. Musk's SpaceX plays a major role in that defense environment, opening the Pentagon to DOGE presents a serious risk to the classified programs that keep our nation safe. My amendment provides a common sense solution that all members of the committee should support that allows for legislation that will protect classified and sensitive information on American programs from being accessed by DOGE who don't have the necessary training, experience, or in the case of some of these fellows mentioned, they didn't even have the clearances. You got somebody with a secret clearance looking at materials that are beyond TS, beyond SCI. Again, many of the colleagues on this committee know how important it is to keep our information secret and secure. I would urge you to back this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let me just say the Trump administration has been clear that it is focused on rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse across government agencies, and I applaud its efforts to maximize government efficiency and productivity. As a part of these efforts and expanding, frankly, upon efforts begun by the prior administration, the Treasury Department is conducting a review of its systems and processes using its own employees. The Treasury employees responsible for this process are following standard practices, as has very clearly been explained by the new Secretary of Treasury, to protect the integrity of the Treasury systems and processes. There is nothing unusual about auditing the Federal Reserve or auditing the Treasury or any other agency, and that's what's going on. Those involved are adhering to Treasury's customary security, safety, and privacy standards and are subject to the customary security obligations and ethical requirements. And by defending status quo bureaucratic inefficiencies, Democrats are opposing efforts to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. I encourage a no vote.
Mr. Chairman, can I listen?
Absolutely.
I love my friend from Idaho. We work together on a lot of things. I just ask you respectfully, the fellow who quit, who got fired with the racist chants, had nothing but a secret clearance that was a temporary clearance. You have allowed him to be exposed, or someone has allowed him to be exposed to a level of payment markers that even people with an SCI clearance happen. Maybe it was just a mistake the first time, but I completely fear that these DOGE folks are not coming in with appropriate security clearances. And I would ask the committee, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. But in the meantime, let's look at what the actual reporting says about the individuals. Because so far, at least, the criteria that Mike Crapo raised are not being adhered to.
Well, Mr. Chairman, very briefly, I would just say the Secretary of Treasury has indicated that he's taken your challenge and request seriously. He's reviewed this and that they are complying with all of the appropriate privacy and other requirements. And if that's not being done, let's go talk to the Treasury Secretary again, but let's not try to stop the effort to audit our agencies and weed out waste, fraud, and abuse.
Okay, guys, before we dive in, make sure to like this video to help more people see the truth behind what's really happening in Washington. Guys, I appreciate everyone for all the support, all the love. Just can't believe where we're at in the channel. 2,000 subscribers. 2,000 subscribers. Let's go, guys. All right, let's talk about this. Warner's pushing an amendment to safeguard national security information. Sounds reasonable, right? But he specifically targets Elon Musk and DOGE operatives, suggesting that they have access to highly sensitive Treasury and Pentagon data. So my question is this really about national security, or is it just another move to restrict Musk's growing influence and to prevent him from revealing the secrets that are hiding, guys? I mean, look what happened with USAID. Warner claims a former DOGE operative had ties to Russian hackers and leaked secrets to a competitor. Another was allegedly openly racist and made extreme comments about Israel and Gaza. Here's the real question, though. How did these individuals get security clearance in the first place? If the system is failing, is that on Musk or is it on government agencies that allow these people access? I don't know. I'm just saying, be careful where we're pointing the finger here. Musk already has a tense relationship with the government. Whether it's SpaceX, Starlink, his criticism of federal policies, now they want to limit his access to national security information, despite the fact that SpaceX literally helps run U.S. defense operations. Again, is this political retaliation disguised as a national security concern? And of course, I mean, Elon Musk is all in on Trump now, right? He wears that MAGA hat everywhere. Warner is making it sound like this is an urgent crisis. Like, guys, we got to do this. And even notice the way he worded it at the beginning. Like, I think this will be an easy one. Like, can't believe that anyone would side against me on this one. The Trump administration and Biden's previous Treasury Department have both conducted internal audits to protect security here. Why is Warner acting like this is a sudden, dire problem? Could this be, again, political theater to justify future restrictions on Musk? Guys, I'm sending this back to y'all. Do you think that Musk is a legitimate security threat? Or again, is this just more political posturing? And should Congress have the power to decide who gets access to sensitive government information, or should that be left to the agencies? SpaceX is playing a major role in U.S. defense. So could restricting Musk's access actually weaken national security instead of strengthening it? It might be actually a good thing that Musk is involved with SpaceX. Anyway, let me know. Drop your thoughts in the comments, guys. Let's get a discussion going. And hey, if you appreciate this kind of real talk, consider becoming a channel member to support independent coverage like this. We're growing a community, guys, of Christian conservatives that want to make a difference for this country. I want to say I appreciate everybody for watching, and I'll be back with another update later, so make sure you're subscribed.